Hello everyone. I wasn't able to watch the debates last night, but I have been able to read the commentary and some of the reactions to the debates. I've watched some of the sound bites, and a lot of people are trying to say Mitt Romney won the debate. That's totally not true. But they're saying Mitt Romney won because he gained a couple percentage points in his favorability. Didn't gain anything in electoral support. Most political analysts are still saying that Barack Obama is likely to be re-elected at this point, and that most people will not change their minds based on last night's debate. However, I just want to disagree with all the pundits out there and all the people writing this commentary and all this bull crap trying to say that Mitt Romney won the debate. Good job, Mitt Romney. They're not giving any credit to the person who truly won the debate. And the person who truly won the debate was the person who wasn't there. He was unfairly excluded from the debates, was not even given a spot on the podium to speak. However, this individual had more Twitter mentions than either of the other two candidates. In fact, he had more Twitter mentions than almost anybody right after the debates. And more people are talking about this person than anybody else after the debates. More people have viewed this sound clip of words that mentioned him. More people have viewed this soundbite than any other part of the debate. And that individual is Big Bird. And by the way, let me challenge the assertions of the political analysts, because I have changed my mind as a result of last night's debate. If Gary Johnson was not on the ballot, I was probably not going to vote. But now I've decided that it's my civic duty and I have to vote. Pennsylvania does allow write-ins. So if Gary Johnson is not on the ballot in Pennsylvania, I will be writing in Big Bird. And you know what? Big Bird isn't that bad of a candidate. I think that he has some great ideas on educational reform. He has a strong background as a professional educator. I think that he's proven a pretty good steward of our tax dollars that he's been granted through PBS. He has used them responsibly and wisely, and he's used them to give a better future for our children and to educate our children. And he taught me my numbers and my ABCs. And I just think he has a lot of good things to say. He understands the plight of the homeless. It's Big Bird right now that is helping Oscar the Grouch get into Section 8 housing. He's going to get him on disability, and he's even going to hook him up with Pell Grants so that Oscar can get an education and better himself. And Oscar is the only homeless person left on Sesame Street. There used to be a huge homeless problem there. But Oscar is really the only one left. He's, a late bloomer. He's kind of behind. But Big Bird's doing everything he can to help Oscar. Big Bird is also opposed to the war on drugs. He's a very outspoken opponent on it. He is the #1 advocate for legalizing cookies, for which Cookie Monster was very grateful. He recognizes that Cookie Monster has an unhealthy addiction, but the Cookie Monster makes his own choices. But at the same time, he has said that if Cookie Monster wants rehab, he would pay for it out of his own pocket. That's a heck of a guy right there. That's a heck of a guy. No, because Cookie Monster really needs help. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But he is also a strong advocate of marriage equality. Nobody has stood up for Ernie and Bert more than Big Bird has. Big Bird is really just a stand-up guy. He looks very presidential, by the way. Big Bird is taller than Mitt Romney. What looks more presidential than... He's taller, I think, than Abraham Lincoln. Imagine what Big Bird would look like in a suit. Now, he does have a bit of a belly on him, I admit that. But for his age, he's actually in really good shape. Yeah. I think that Big Bird is the obvious choice for president. And that's who I'm thinking about voting for. I do have to research his foreign policy. I think he did say he was opposed to drone strikes, simply because he thought it would cost a lot of hard-working birds their jobs. But as far as his foreign policy and as far as his standing on other things, I'm not really sure. He does support the indefinite timeouts of young Americans, but you know, I think that's necessary. We have 2-year-old terrorists running all over this country, all over our grocery stores. We have to do something to address that problem, and I think that indefinite timeouts are the way to go. So yeah, this is my official endorsement of Big Bird. I'm really glad that everybody's talking about Big Bird in light of all the very serious issues that are facing this country. I think it really says a lot about where the American people stand on these issues and how educated we are as a public. I think it's great. So Big Bird 2012, y'all. I'll see you guys later. I hope to make more videos about Big Bird in the future. Have a nice day.